my question is always, why do they care about us now? What benefit is it to Big Brother to have us separated, right? United we stand, divided we fall. So why are we being separated, right? Why are they installing very, very powerful cell towers, more powerful than we ever seen before in our lives, during this time, right? So I'm just very cautious. I mean, I worked in the news and I work on radio, okay? I know how messages are crafted, okay?
Okay, well, we're going to start from the beginning. The Bible says death and life is in the power of the tongue. Whatever you speak is what you bring into your life. Words are very powerful.
Yes.
As you know, you and I go way back. You helped teach me that. Like, words are very powerful. So whatever I'm speaking, that's what seems to happen.
Right.
Under our control.
And joining me right now from Miami is the founder of Trending MDE. She operates a concierge service that gets you VIP access to the nightlife in Miami and the day parties. She also owns and operates Trending MDE Jewelry. My best friend, Marlena Evans. Welcome to IG Live.
Woo, let's go. Hey.
How are
What's
you?
What's up? Buffalo, Rochester, everybody popping off, Miami.
Nice. So what is the first thing that you did today that put you a little bit closer to your dreams?
Absolutely. Of course, I woke up and meditated and made sure I went inside, went within, spoke to God. Definitely.
Yes. So I know you have a new YouTube channel and you've already been sharing some secrets on how we can feel good, because we'll talk about it in a minute. You went through some hardships, but one of the most important things that you spoke about are goals. So can you read off to us what you read to yourself every day?
What I read to myself every day? Well, I definitely read off my goals, so it changes all the time. Okay. Definitely what I have in plan for my week, for my year, for my months. We definitely have to make sure we're keeping that in our minds,
Right.
Making sure we know where we want to go and what direction I go. So whatever direction I'm going in, I make sure I have it written down within the few weeks, a week or days or whatever I need to do, depending on short term or long term.
Okay. So you're talking about to-do lists, like things I need to handle for today, but
towards my goals.
What'd you say?
I said towards my goals. Towards my goals, yes.
Moving towards your goals. That is so important. So why do you have to write it down, though? Tell me the significance of having something written down.
Well, definitely it's more powerful. If you have it written down, you can definitely, see it. It's there. It's written. It's off to the universe, off to the stars, So, yeah, that's why we write it down and we make sure we read it daily as well,
Yeah. When you're writing goals, you have to do it in an affirmative way, not one day I'll get this, or, I would like to have that, but it's probably not going to happen for me. Or, maybe after I finish school, then I could start that business. You know what I mean? That always pushes your goals and your dreams further away from you, right?
Absolutely.
So it's very important to start down with, I am so happy and grateful now that, and then you write down the things that you would like to manifest. So I wrote down in 2005, I am so happy and grateful now that I am a professional TV and radio host. Mm-hmm. And I was looking back at this, right, because I ended up getting on the local news here in Rochester, New York, and I've been having a radio career now for a long time, full time. But it's another one. I am so happy and grateful now that money comes frequently and easily.
Yes.
money comes frequently and easily. So if you're going to the mailbox and you're like dreading going there because you have this pit in your stomach, oh God, that bill is going to come due, the eviction notice is coming today. And if that's the energy that you have, that's what you're putting an order out into the universe saying, this is what I expect, and the universe will provide. Okay. Mm-hmm. So if you have an intention that money comes frequently and easily, you'll go to the mailbox and you'll start seeing opportunities. You'll start seeing checks in the mail and not so many bills.
Absolutely.
You know? And that is a huge revelation for anybody that is trying to manifest in this quarantine where, you know, life seems so hopeless, you know, life seems so uncertain. But what we can control is the power of I am. You mentioned the Bible. I am is two of the most powerful words. I think the most powerful words in our language. I am. Mm-hmm. I am the light. I am love. I am health. I am wealth. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So I wanted to see if you had any books or quotes or affirmations that you would like to share.
I definitely agree with the I am. One of my books now, this is the top, like for you all being here, you all are getting a treat because I wouldn't just share with everybody. But I'm so excited to be on your show, and I'm so excited to know that I have some people on my Instagram that would like to learn. Mm-hmm. It's definitely Sell or Be Sold. And nice. Anybody who knows me personally is Grant Cardone is one of my favorite people that will teach you about business. He's very hardcore and everything. But that is one of my good books because I can relate to it. I can relate to the fact that sometimes I thought about things in my book. Definitely affirmations. I love the, money comes to me easy and frequent. You definitely have to believe. One of my great mentors always talking about how to believe, but what we have to understand, and we need to drop a good nugget here, is you can't just believe, but you also have to have faith behind that belief. Mm. So it's not just about you saying your affirmations. Your affirmation is about what do I want to accomplish? Okay. So you write down those things you want to accomplish. You can write it in a sentence, but behind that, you have to believe you want to accomplish that goal. So what I want to make sure that people understand is we can't just say what we desire. Okay. What you desire, do you believe that you can actually achieve that goal? Do you believe that you can actually accomplish that affirmation that you're saying every day? Because faith without, words are dead. Without belief are dead, So that's that part,
And that's why it's powerful if you say it in the affirmative as if it's already happened. Then you can start to get into the feeling tone, and you can start to visualize yourself, in a new car. Say, for instance, you want to manifest a new car. You just put yourself down, put your foot on the gas, your hands along the wheel, and you just go to town.
And we both have done that before.
Yes. You just imagine cruising down South Beach. You just imagine yourself, going to Italy where everything is well and everybody is healthy. And I want to go on one of those gondolas, and I am so happy for that opportunity that I have to go to Italy. I'm just speaking this out here and be able to eat some of that Italian food and drinking that wine and feeling the sun on my face. And what do they call it? The siesta, when the whole area shuts down for dinner time for like 2 hours. I want a siesta. Okay. I just want to relax. And I will. And you have to say it in the affirmative. And you hear me correcting myself because sometimes, we'll get back into old habits. But if you speak in the affirmative and if you can create that sense of having it now, that feeling is like an extra magnet that will grab what you want. If you're already happy, there's so many experiences and so many different, what do I want to call it? Experiences where people have done that. They literally can have nothing, but out of nothing and no way, away will be made. Shout out to Dr. Michael Bernard Beckwith of Agape Spiritual Center. He baptized Callie and Cora, in Culver City, California. He's also in The Secret as well. But if you believe with everything in your heart and you see it, you can see it here, then you'll hold it here, you know? And I just want people to understand, you know, where you come from. You come from Detroit, Michigan.
Detroit, right? Michigan, absolutely. Went to Ferndale High School.
Ferndale High School. We're both graduates. Graduates of Ferndale.
Everybody in Miami knows that. I'm very vocal about that because that's the first place, personally, in my heart, that I would like to let them know that, like, coming from where you're from, you can become what you think you're going to become. Now, I've always wanted to be bigger, but you know, I may have stayed stagnant in certain areas, but I still reach for my dream. But people who know me from my city, Detroit, Michigan, Ferndale, Michigan, Township, 8 Mile, everybody, yeah, absolutely. Everybody knows, I want them to know, like, this is somebody that I saw on a regular basis, but Jazzy T. But I used to tell them back then that I was going to make sure that I was a little bit better than what I was, and I was going to be bigger than what I was, and I was going to give back to my community. I didn't put a time frame on it. I thought I would do it quicker than I did, but of course it takes longer, and that's something else we need to tell our viewers. It takes longer than you think. Are you dedicated? Do you have the tenacity? Do you have the drive to keep pushing? Do you have the drive to not give up? Because, you know, just because I can walk you in a VIP club down here, I used to get denied too. I used to have a delay as well. But I made sure that I didn't give up because I knew that was something I desired. Yeah. But the reason why I went through that experience to be like, oh, okay, you want to deny me now, but now I'm bringing a bunch of people with me. I'm bringing, you know, and so it's like a line of respect. But that's what I respect about here, which is home to me. And will always be a home to me, regardless if I have different properties in different cities, being that they make you put that effort. They make you raise your standards in a way. You know what I mean? To be like, you just can't feel like you belong here. You just can't feel like, no, you have to put in work. You have to know somebody to be here. And I respect that, but I'm not going to not reach back and give back to my community who may feel like it's off limits to them for any dream that they may have. They may have a dream to be a doctor. They may have a dream to be a nurse. They may have a dream to be a model. They may have a dream to even simply sitting here and doing what we're doing, you know?
Yeah. Especially, you know, we're mentioning Detroit. For those of you who just jumped on, we're online with Marlenadevans from Trending MDE Events and your girl Jazzy T, both of which, you know, were raised by Detroit. You know, it's a spirit, it's an ambition, it's a hustle. You know what I'm saying? But right now, you know, they're being faced with one of the craziest challenges, you know, which is this coronavirus thing. And, you know, knowing people who are not only getting sick, but also passing away, families that are not able to, you know, have funerals, whether the person died from coronavirus or not. So, you know, you take a group of people, you take a city that has a can-do attitude and then tell them they can't do this. They can't have a funeral. You know what I'm saying? You can't gather to grieve. You know what I mean? And so I don't want any of you listening right now, whether you're in Detroit, Lansing or not, to give up that fight, you know, give up that spirit that we have. You know, if you're from anywhere else across the country and you know somebody from Detroit, guess what? You know that they're from Detroit. Why? Because we're proud. We're proud of that hustle. We're proud of that spirit.
I come from the hood. You understand what I'm saying? I know many people that has made it to something of substance that comes from the hood. But you made the decision to be where you were way before this happened because you didn't want to get up and read every day. You didn't want to get up and pray every day. You didn't want to get up and manifest every day. You didn't want to get up and read your short-term goals every day. You didn't want to get up and read your long-terms every day. You didn't want to do the actions to execute. So that is what's happening now. Is either you're going to survive or you're going to just take what they give you. That's what's going on right now in my eyes.
And guess what? You know, this book right here is The Great Shift. I picked this up. Actually, somebody gifted this to me in 2020 in 2012, because remember, there was all this talk about Mayan calendar. The world is going to end in 2012. Well, guess what? For everyone who went to work and started on your spiritual journey of ascension in 2012, because we thought it was going to happen, you know, what was it, 12/21/2012, right? So December 21st, we're all just gonna, you know, manifest and ascend and everything else. No, the work had to begin in 2012, because in 2020, 8 years later, those of us who studied and prepared, now we're at the forefront and we're at the front lines, and our goal is to issue in a brand new world, a world that's cleaner for Mother Earth, a world that's more connected to the spiritual realm, to ascending to a fifth dimensional world as well, and doing things that, you know, like you said, gives Mother Earth a break, is not so harsh. One of my favorite things to do as I'm locked inside the house, looking outside the window, is watching the animals thrive. Oh, the chipmunks outside, they loving it right now. The birds, I've seen cardinals and blue jays and every